Okay, Jaydon, start it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Reagan's Corner Sports Network. I am Jaydon Gay. We're going to be having a great matchup tonight here with Tippecanoe Valley, who is 5-2 on the year, facing off against John Glenn, the Falcons, and a great senior night matchup here for John Glenn at home. And this game is key here for both teams. It's going to be a fun matchup as these two teams, last time they played a year ago on October 11th, Tip Valley won the game 22-21. John Glenn, of course, coming off a loss last week, 45-0 to LaVille. So they're looking to bounce back. Should be an entertaining matchup tonight. As we have a great crowd turning out here for senior night here at John Glenn. And some things to watch for this game, of course, for Tip Valley. Can they continue to sustain their offensive success? Of course, on Amandi, leaving the receivers with 16.6 yards per game. Wes Parker having a great year on the ground, averaging 133 yards rushing per game. So I'm looking to see if he can continue that. And for John Glenn, guys, I mean, it's a team that's 2-5 on the year, but offensively, defensively, they're top in the state in their categories, but they're just not able to put these full games together. And so can Archer Russ and his squad get the win tonight and have a complete game on offense and defense? That's what I'm looking for in this matchup tonight. It should be a fun one. Friday night football is always fun. So looking to see how these two teams attack here, how these two coaches strategize against each other here, especially at this point in the season, midpoint almost. And can't believe, man, it's almost, it'll be end of the year soon. And we talk about playoffs and things like that. So, again, very important that these two teams want to come out of here with the win tonight. So, who will get the edge, we'll see. But I'm looking forward to this matchup. I really am. Another thing to note here, Coach Ron Brown, of course, first year back with John Glenn. He left a while ago, and now he's back coaching with the team. So, trying to get his school back on track here. And, they were held to negative rushing yards the last time these two teams played. And it's unlikely to happen for John Glenn because they're a top running team in the state, if not the country, averaging well over 287 yards rushing per game. So that's huge. So are they going to be able to get the run game going tonight against this tough Tip Valley defense? That's what I'm looking to see in this matchup tonight as well. I think that'll be a big key to the game here. And I'm excited to be calling this game for you guys tonight, along with my partner, Dusty Carrasco. He'll be in soon. But this is going to be a great football matchup, guys. So, let's get it going as these two teams are finishing up their warm-ups here. And I'm joined by my partner, Dusty Carrasco here. And Dusty, we appreciate you coming on. And got a great matchup tonight, man, between Tip Valley and John Glenn.
Yeah, Jaydon. I mean, it should be a really good matchup here tonight. I mean, the records don't really show it too much, but I believe it's gonna be a pretty good game here.
Yeah. And I was telling our viewers, man, that last time these teams played, Tip Valley got the win 22-21. It was a close game. And they held John Glenn to negative rushing yards, which is unheard of because that team, as you and I know, they can run the football very good. So, yeah, man, can Tip Valley do that again? Or is John Glenn going to be able to run the football with Archer Russ like they love to do, as we've seen before, right? So,
yeah, I mean, Tippy Valley does have the edge in this. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a rivalry because it's only been 2 games between these two. I mean, they are in the same conference, so if you want to, you call it a rivalry. But it's just that Tippy Valley, they they're kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say undefeated either, but they're 2-0 against the Glen Falcons. So like, what I mean? It's kind of Tippy Valley kind of with the edge here in this matchup. But Glen, they're a really good team, and they can pull out a win.
Yeah, they can. I mean, I think as you mentioned, like the records don't show it, but this team can play really good football when they're on their game. They're on their game. I think we called their first game of the year was against Boone Grove, if I remember correctly. I think, and they won that game pretty well. So they're a fun team to watch, especially when Archer Russ is behind center because he can take off and he can change a game. So.
Yeah, Jaydon, but I mean, it should be a really good game here tonight.
Yeah, should be. I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to calling it with you, and it's going to be exciting. So viewers at home, get your popcorn ready because it's going to be a good one. So sit back, relax, enjoy some Friday night football. Tip Valley and John Glenn coming up on Reagan Corner Sports Network.
At Friedman & Associates, we've been providing strong ethical advocacy for our clients for 40 years. Our practice focuses on employment law, standing up for employees who have been the victims of unfair firings or discrimination in the workplace. But we also provide legal assistance on family law, criminal defense, traffic, and DUI matters, and we'll help you get old charges expunged so your record is clean. Check out the ways we can help at laportelegal.com. Friedman & Associates, standing up for you.
Hey there! Ever feel like your financial future is a giant puzzle missing a few pieces? Well, I've got a secret weapon for you. It's called Tolman Financial, and they're absolute wizards when it comes to retirement planning. Picture this, a team of experts who actually listen to your unique needs and craft a plan that fits like a glove. No cookie-cutter solutions here. They're all about making sure you and your family are set for the long haul. And get this, they're so confident in their ability to help, they're practically begging you to reach out. Seriously, they gave out their phone number and email. So, if you're ready to turn that financial puzzle into a masterpiece, give Tolman Financial a shout. Trust me, your future self.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to John Glenn High School and John Hostrouser Field. Tonight is senior night here at John Glenn High School. At this time, we like to recognize the senior members and their parents for the John Glenn football team. Our first senior is senior Braden Benwell. Braden is escorted by Casey Dooley and Michael Benwell. Future plans after high school are to go into the trades. Our next senior is AJ Brinkoff. AJ is escorted by Julie and Andy Brinkoff. His future plans are to become a heavy machine operator. Our next senior is Gabe Goodsell. Gabe is escorted by Liz Megacy and Jason Goodsell. His future plans are to continue his career in the Army Reserves. Our next senior is Trayvon Henderson, escorted by Chelsea Henderson. Future plans are to attend IUSB. Our next senior is Anthony McWiggin. Anthony is escorted by Samantha and Zach McWiggin. His future plans are to attend college. Our next senior is Austin Pranger. Austin is escorted by Lisa and Richard Pranger. His future plans are to go to college for entrepreneurship. Our next senior is Damian Salinas, escorted by Adrian and Renee Salinas. Damian's future plans are to join the welding field. Our next senior is Aiden Smigelski, escorted by Amanda and Kevin Smigelski. His future plans are to join Local 172 for plumbers and pipe fitters. Our next senior is Elijah Wallace, escorted by Chaska and Nick Wallace. Future plans are to play football for Trine University or join the Local 172. And our final senior is Blake Wright. Blake is escorted by Becky and Chad Wright. Future plans are to play football and study sports medicine or business. Falcon fans, how about one more round of applause for all the senior members of our John Glenn football team. Seniors, thank you for all your contributions and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Play It Against Sports in Merrillville is your one-stop shop for athletic gear. They buy and sell gently used equipment, helping young athletes and saving you money. Bring in your unused gear for cash or shop their selection of top-notch gear at affordable prices. From beginners to pros, they have everything you need to dominate your game. Visit 1876 East 80th Avenue or call 219-500-4327 to experience the game-changing difference.
Hey, have you heard about M. Davis Excavation? They're a family-owned business specializing in excavation services for small commercial projects.
Oh yeah, I've heard great things about them. Aren't they a father-son operation based in Valparaiso, Indiana?
That's right. They've been around for over 25 years, founded by Mark Davis. What I like is their personal touch and commitment to quality work.
Absolutely. I've heard they handle everything from site prep to grading and utility installs, and they're known for their reliability and clear communications.
Exactly. They treat every project like it's their own, which really sets them apart. Plus, their hands-on approach allows for more flexibility than larger companies.
That's impressive. If anyone needs their services, they can reach M. Davis Excavation at 219-406-9924. It's great to have such a trustworthy local business serving Northwest Indiana.
In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcomed at IHSA events. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated, and please enjoy the game. The John Glenn Athletic Department would like to send a special thank you to our sponsors this year. Their generous support helps all of our programs and student athletes all year round. Newbie Lewis, Kaminsky, and Jones, LLP, Hoosier Tire, Dahlia Studios, Edward Jones and Bob Borlick, State Farm and June Beam, the John Glenn Education Foundation, Hamilton Service, A&M Home Services, and IMB Automotive. There are still sponsorship opportunities available. Please go to our athletic website at www.glenathletics.com and click on more to see all the many sponsorship opportunities that are available.
At Friedman and Associates, we've been providing strong ethical advocacy for our clients for 40 years. Our practice focuses on employment law, standing up for employees who have been the victims of unfair firings or discrimination in the workplace. But we also provide legal assistance on family law, criminal defense, traffic, and DUI matters, and we'll help you get old charges expunged so your record is clean. Check out the ways we can help at laportelegal.com. Friedman and Associates, standing up for you.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the
With them being haul trucks, they have taking it off. You know how it works, I mean. You can haul nothing down the road. No.
Hey, Liam.
All right, everyone, we're just about set for kickoff here, Dusty, as Tippy Valley's getting ready to take the field, as well as John Glenn. So, what are your keys tonight, man, to this game? What are you looking forward to from each team?
Yeah, I mean, I think for both teams, it's gonna really start on the defense. I mean, you're gonna really have to, get some stops in this game because kind of feel like, the team that's able to, really, get in the end zone more is gonna win this game because I don't know, it might be a high scoring game. It kind of has that atmosphere, especially on senior night, Jaydon.
Yeah, man. And it's funny. I remember my senior night, and I know what these guys at John Glenn are feeling right now. You got your parents and your family in the crowd, right? And you want to show out for them. You want to play for them in your school. The students, everybody. So this is a big game, especially like I said, John Glenn is 2-5 right now, so they're trying to find some momentum moving forward here for the rest of the season, which is really at the midpoint, here or close to being over. So they got to get it going. And for Tippy Valley, I mean, they're trying to continue their winning streak against John Glenn. So should be an interesting game, man, to see who, which way the edge goes towards. So.
Yeah, and I mean, only two matchups between the teams, but the first matchup, it was kind of a blowout. Tippy Valley, taking it against John Glenn, 37-14. But yeah, like you said, the second matchup, the one that happened just last year, that one, was a nail biter, 22-21. So it could kind of be a hit or miss game, here for for both of these teams. It's it has the potential, to be a really good game. But but at the same time, it could be, a little lopsided. So we're just gonna have to see, here tonight.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to see, and it should be a fun matchup, man. And I think for John Glenn, you got to do what you do best: run the football. You got a quarterback who's probably one of the best I've seen in the country that can run the football, in Archer Russ. So expect to see a lot of QB design runs from him, or even just on pass plays, he takes off. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it for a 50-yarder to the end zone, right? That's just the type of guy he is. It gives you that Lamar, Josh Allen type of vibe. He could just take off at any point, and it's hard to get him down on the ground too. So Tippy Ball's gonna have to keep him contained in the pocket if they're going to have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, the game that we broadcasted with Archer Russ, he looked really good. It kind of seemed like John Glenn was gonna really come out this season and kind of like tear up some teams, right? But a 2-5 record. I think Archer Russ, he's been doing some things, but I mean, I feel like maybe it's been the defense or whatnot. Because Archer Russ, he's a real threat. They're at quarterback for John Glenn.
He is, man. He is, and those are always tough players to game plan against for your, if you're a coach and your defensive staff, because you can't, especially one that can throw. He can throw very well. Leads the team with 6 touchdown passes as well, and you got to make sure your guys, everybody has to do their job. Read their keys, stay aligned and assigned defensively, and that's gonna be key. You can't get your eyes caught in the backfield. All those things. So I'm interested to see how Tippy Valley is playing to defend him. But I think defensively for John Glenn, they're going to have to step up tonight too, if they want to win this game. So we'll see, man. It'll be a heavyweight right here tonight. So.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, I think, they have some pretty good defenses there. So, it might be a defensive matchup, but, at the same time, it could – turn out to be a 56-49 game, right? So
yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
yeah, man. Like it's senior night, so these Falcons are gonna have to, they're gonna have to show out, man. And get the win here, if to help propel their season forward. But for Tippy Valley, Steve Moriarty, head coach, he's looking to continue his momentum of his team, who's had a great season so far. So the talk at practice probably this week was like, hey, they're going to come out swinging. We can expect that on senior night, but we got to stay composed and stick to our game plan, and especially on the road, man. Road games are tough, especially playing here at this field. So we'll see how they handle that for Tippy Valley, the Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, and 5-2, that's a pretty good record there on the season. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm not too sure about it, but I think Tippy Valley has only been a team there for 2 years. Considering that they only played John Glenn twice, and it was last year, and 2023.
Yeah.
So for Tippy Valley, its third year, if I'm not mistaken, to be this this good, and I think is a real bright spot there for the Tippy Valley Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. As we're getting set for kickoff here, and we are underway, Dusty.
Yeah, and here we go. Looks like Tippy Valley will receive the kickoff, and it'll be a good return there to the left side. It'll actually cut it back down the middle. Can't get him down, and he'll bring it all the way across the 40 to about
Hunter
the 44.
Paxton on the return for Tippecanoe Valley.
Yeah, and that was a great return there, setting up in good field position. So we will see the Tippy Valley offense take the field, man.
Yeah, and this Tippy Valley offense, they've been good all season long. At a 5-2 record, they've been doing some things here on offense. So this first possession, just look out for their wide receivers. But not only that, they also have a good running back.
Yeah. Wes Parker averaging 133 rushing yards per game averaging. So expect him to get the football early and a lot here today, folks. And we'll see what they go with here on their first play.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we have a little bit of a stoppage, but I think we'll get things rolling here soon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure what happened, but yeah, I guess we have an
Took a
early
timeout.
timeout. Yeah, Jaydon, maybe some early technical difficulties.
Possibly. Both teams are going to talk it over. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's no way it could be a early timeout, right?
yeah, I don't. That's way early for a timeout.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I guess the refs can talk it over, and yeah, we'll get right back to the game. But I mean, let's just talk about that kickoff return. I mean, it just kind of might ignite this Tippy Valley team, coming across the 40 like that.
yeah, man. And I tell people all the time, special teams are a huge part of football. Special teams, offense, defense have to all work in accordance with each other. Okay. It's three phases. And if you win in all three phases, you more likely than not are going to win your games. And to have good field position like that, you're setting your offense up pretty good. It looks like we have an injured player here for the Falcons. It's probably what the stoppage was for. Yeah, so we had an injured player, but it's special teams is important, man. And that's a good starting field position. So we'll see if the offense can take advantage of that.
Yeah, it was a injured Falcon there. So yeah, I mean, hopefully he's good, but yeah, looks like we're just about ready to kick off this first drive. Yeah, so Tippy Valley, John Glenn, and here we go. It's going to be a handoff there down the middle. It's going to be stuffed up immediately. Gets, say, about 2.
Yeah, and that was a good job there by John Glenn's defense getting the stop there on that running play. Again, Wes Parker, man, he's a guy you don't want him to get going, because if he does, it'll be a long night for you defensively. I mean, like I said, averaging over 133 yards per game rushing. That's very good for a high school running back. So Falcons are going to have to stay disciplined there in their alignment and run defense.
Yeah, Wes Park has been a threat all season long. There's a pitch back there to the running back, and that's going to be caught downfield. Wide open is the wide receiver, and he walks in for a touchdown.
I mean, second play, and we got a trick play already, Dusty. I mean, this is going to be a good one. And it was a great execution there by the quarterback, Hunter Stage, and his running back in the backfield as, they get the pass downfield and touchdown, Tippy Valley.
Yeah, I mean, talk about fireworks to start this one off. It was run up the middle to, really start off. But how about that trick play? Just fooling the entire defense, letting the wide receiver get behind, every single one of them, and just walking in for the touchdown as the extra point is good. And just like that, I mean, in the blink of an eye, Jaydon, it's 7-0.
Yeah, man. Tippy Valley, we knew this team would come in and try to come out and score first and get points on the board quickly, and they were able to do that here. Now, John Glenn, you got to respond. You have to come out here on offense, and you got to execute your game plan here, and you got to respond, especially you're at home, senior night. So we'll see what Archer Russ and that Falcons offense is going to do, man.
Yeah, man, I think Archer Russ, he's been good, for the most part of this season, especially what we've seen. So yeah, they're gonna really need him to step up. Not only on this drive, but here in the rest of this ball game. If they're gonna have any chance to pull this one off.
Yep, and he is the engine behind that offense. So the Vikings are going to have to make sure they can contain him as much as possible. I mean, but this is Archer Russ we're talking about. So, I don't know how much of that may be possible, but we'll see what they can do here.
Yeah, so it looks like we're ready, just about ready for kickoff from Tippy Valley as they'll boot it deep. And not really sure if there was a return. It might have went in the end zone, but
Yeah, looks like it.
yeah. So John Glenn with their first possession here. I mean, yeah, Jaydon. I mean, just 7-0. Just coming out the gates running is the Vikings, and I mean, yeah, the Falcons are going to have to try to match that.
Yeah, they are. But if they're going to do it, they got the right guy under center, and I mean, this offense is very productive. They're averaging, well in passing and running the football. So,
And that is not a good start as through the hands of Archer Rust, and it looks like it's recovered by the Vikings, and it is.
wow.
So Tippy Valley starting this game off with some fireworks, and I mean they did not stop there, Jaydon. It's wow. I mean, it's just a mental mistake there by the Falcons, and Tippy Valley capitalizes with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, high snaps, man. We've seen that a couple of times this year with some different teams, and you got to make sure those snaps are down. And I mean that was just a bad turnover there, but
yeah. So it's a handoff here to the left side, and it's going to be a good pickup there on first down there for the Vikings.
yeah, nice run there for the Vikings on offense, but that's. See, I said, all three phases have to work in the corners of each other. Defense, you get a turnover. Special teams, great field position. You score. Now offense, everything working together. So we'll see if they can punch it in here. Hunter Stage and this Vikings offense.
Yeah, I mean, here in the red zone, and that's going to be another handoff. And it looks like he was able to gain a couple. But yeah, Jaydon, I mean, it's Wes Parker, right? The running back for this offense. But not only him, on that last carry, for that one was the fullback, Grady Moriarty. And yeah, so they have options, here for the run game, Jaydon.
Yep, Grady Moriarty, son of head coach Steve Moriarty. So his son getting the ball there early and often, and that this is team. They're going to run the football a lot of options, a lot of stuff like that, a lot of motion as we see here. So it's going to be tough to defend, but Falcons can stop them there.
Yeah, Jaydon. I mean, just another run there up the middle, and just hasn't really been able to work for the Vikings. So a little bit of a puzzling play is stopped once again, and I mean they were just trying to get the first down there, Jaydon, and it looks like it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1, and of course they're going to go for it. And you get this field position, you got to go for it here, and we will see.
Yeah, I mean, here in the red zone, I mean, you're up 7-0. I think this is definitely the right call as they go up the middle once again, and
touchdown.
And he's in not only getting the first down, but getting a touchdown, Jaydon.
Wow. I mean, guys, Tippy Valley, I mean, this is what they want to come in here and do on the road against, a John Glenn team that is known for their ability to run the football, things like that, good offense. They come in here and they hush this crowd up, going up potentially 14-0 here in the first quarter, 8 minutes in, Dusty. So,
yeah, so 13-0 extra point pending as Tippy Valley has came to play. Yeah, I mean, not even 4 minutes in, and it is 14-0 Vikings on top of the Falcons.
Yeah. So, I mean, John Glenn, not a good start for them, and you got to this next possession for them offensively. You got to move the football. You got to keep it in your possession. You can't have turnovers like that. Fumbles, high snaps. You got to get the snaps down if you're the center. Can't have those as well. So we will see how they respond here.
Yeah, so Tippy Valley, I mean, my goodness. talk about a better start than this one. I mean, the Vikings, they come to, opposing field and just, they feel at home, Jaydon. I mean, just really, up 14-0. It's kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, and it's like you said, they almost feel like they're at home, right? But they're not. They're on the road. But if you come out on a road game and get this kind of start,
Yeah, as that one sails out of bounds,
and
or
John Glenn,
I think through the end zone.
So yeah, and we'll see what Archer Russ can do here for the Falcons offense.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, John Glenn there on that first possession, just not what you really wanted to start this game off. And now, I mean, another opportunity here for the Falcons to, maybe have a better drive here.
Yeah, I think they need to just do their bread and butter, man. And just start the game off. Get your offense comfortable. Some easy plays here and there. Nothing too crazy.
Yes, here we go. Archer Russ looks to the left side, has a wide receiver on the slant, and right at the first down marker goes the wide receiver, and that's a good pickup there.
Yeah, it's a nice throw there by Rust, and just an easy little slant route there. Like I said, just get your offense flowing, get them in a little bit of a rhythm here. After that early turnover, calm everybody down. I like that play call there by the Falcons coaching staff, and get Archer Rust in a bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, but it looks like we're gonna have another injured player here for the Falcons. Yeah, as he'll walk off under his own power. So, I mean, yeah, the Falcons, really trying to answer back here. I mean, Tippy Valley has really applied the pressure here in John Glenn, and now the Falcons trying to answer back as on first down, it's going to be a run there up the middle, and looks like he'll gain about 1.
Yeah, just simple run up there up the middle of the defense, and not getting much there due to that Tippy Valley defensive line. But I think for John Glenn, yeah, you're going to be able to have a good balance tonight, throwing and running the football. It doesn't look like Tippy Valley is going to give up a lot of easy runs, so you're going to have to be able to throw the football here if you're Rust and company.
Yeah, it's Archer Rust on 2nd and 9. It's a fake and a pitch out to the right side, able to break a couple tackles and get out to about midfield. So that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and a nice play there by the Falcons offense, and getting out there on the edge, getting some good yardage, as this will be a very big 3rd down here for the Falcons.
Yeah, huge 3rd down coming up here for the Falcons as they try to keep this drive going and get some momentum. It's going to be a pass there to the left side, complete, but short of the marker. I mean, it's going to be a catch as defender, signaling incomplete, but that is a catch, but it's short of the marker, Jaydon. So 4th down coming up.
Yeah, I mean, nice play there by the receiver to get that ball in, and just unable to get the yardage. And of course, Ron Brown is going to keep his guys out on the field to go for that 4th down. Down 14-0, it's you have to. So
yeah, 14-0. It kind of feels like the Falcons really need to pick this 4th down up, and it's a QB draw, shakes a defender. My goodness, Jaydon breaks a tackle and gets the 1st down easily.
What do we say, man? Archer Russ. This guy is dangerous with the football in his hand, So you see right there, gets that play, breaks some tackles, man, and picks up the yardage easily for that Falcons offense.
Yeah, this guy, my goodness. Archer Russ, he could be a thorn in the side of this Vikings defense as he keeps the drive going. He looks to the left side and not able to connect with his receiver. as that'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just trying to get his receiver there on the outside and just not able to get on the same page. But I like that what they're doing here. They're mixing in the pass and the run. Throwing the football out to the boundary, trying to get those receivers stretching the field to the outside, not just running the football with rust.
Yeah, it's going to be a handoff there to the right side, trying to find some room, and does, and that'll be a good pickup there, as that'll bring up about a 3rd and medium.
Yeah, just a little end around play there, and able to get some good yards on that. You'll notice with this John Glenn Falcons offense, they like to use a lot of motion. They like to run their receivers in the run game, things like that, and their quarterback in the run game, as we all know. So it's going to be a lot of eye candy here for this Tippy Valley defense. So that's something that they're going to have to keep a watch on as the game develops here.
Yeah, so 3rd down coming up once again as Archer Rush drops back, looks to the left side, pressure coming. He'll unload it, trying to find a receiver, and this one is picked off.
Wow.
Yeah, Jaydon, it was a prayer thrown up there, and it was not answered.
Yeah, if I'm Archer Rush right there, I think you have to throw that football away. You got to throw it away. You don't throw into harm's way like that. I know you're trying to make a play, but sometimes you just got to take the down and just throw it incompletion there. You don't want to risk that, and you see why it's a turnover, and Tippy Valley has the football right back. So, not a good play there by Russ.
Yeah, you still had another down to get it. Just if you're Archer Rush, like you said, you have to throw that one away and think 4th down here, we can still pick this up. But a young quarterback here, in this league, it's just he was trying to make a play and just not able to do it, Jaydon.
Yep, not able to do it. I'm sure that's what Ron Brown is probably talking about on the sideline at the moment. But I think now, if you're John Glenn, flip the script defensively. Now you got to go out there and you got to try to get his football right back. You got him pinned, so you got to get a stop here if you're the Falcons defense.
Yeah, so now it's going to be Tippy Valley ball once again, but deep in their own territory. So, if there's any bright spot here for the Falcons, that is it. So yeah, this defense gonna really try to stop this Vikings offense in their tracks, and we're just gonna have to see if they can do it here.
Yeah, we'll see. Hunter Stage and his offense trying to get something going here. Looks like we had another timeout, Dusty.
Yeah, so timeout here for it might have been Tippy Valley taking the timeout, but yeah, we will take a timeout with them. Yeah, looks like we're back as it's a fake handoff, quarterback keeper, and he'll get a good pickup on 1st down here, Jaydon. Yeah, deep in their own territory, the Falcons, if they get a stop here, it could be big for this Falcons team.
Yeah, it could be, and they're going to need to get one here because you're down 14-0 at home, and you turn the ball over on back-to-back possessions. It's just not good. So, and offensively for Tippy Valley, they're running a lot of this read option stuff and things like that. So it's going to be tough. I mean, on average, you got 2-3 guys in the backfield on every play, and it's tough to defend. You don't know who's getting the ball. So,
Yeah, so 2nd and 4, we'll call it, as a handoff there down the middle, and that's a big run there. I believe it's Parker on the run. I know it's actually the fullback, Rardy, and that is a really good pickup there, Jaydon.
I mean, Grady Morardi. This is a guy plays both ways, defense and offense, middle linebacker and fullback. So those guys are those are tough guys, man. And he's getting after it right there for his pops and his team, and that was a great pickup there for the Vikings.
Yeah, not what you wanted to see if you're a Falcons fan, as the Vikings now moving the ball here around midfield, and couldn't really see what happened there, but it might have been a fumble, maybe a blown up in the backfield. Either way, it's a big play there for the Falcons, Jaydon.
Yeah, looks like the snap got mishandled, or the exchange was a little off. Somebody probably did something wrong on the play, but either way, they maintain possession, which is huge for them. So now you got them in the 2nd and long. Gotta get them off the field here if you're the Falcons.
Yeah, it definitely did look like a fumble. So miscommunication somewhere in that play brings up a 2nd and 14 as QB drops back.
Got a flag.
Airs it down the field to the right side, and looks like, by the looks of it, might have been incomplete. But yeah, Jaydon, you said it. There's a flag on the play, so we will see what the flag is about. And looks like it's gonna be on the Vikings. Maybe they're backing up like it's against them, but here it is. Yep, holding there on the offense, Jaydon.
Yeah, holdings are really they're drive killers, man. Especially you get like a 10-yard play, 15-yard play, and then it comes back because of holding, and it's the worst thing ever. So now you're backed up again if you're in Tippy Valley. So you got to find a way to make up this yardage.
Yeah, so huge break here for the Falcons, as that'll bring up a 2nd and 24. As be a drop back, it'll be a little screen pass down to the running back, but met immediately. So Jaydon, that's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, I didn't really, I didn't like that play call there by Tippy Valley. I didn't think they had the numbers for a screen pass right there, and now we got another flag on the play. So let's see who this is on.
Yeah, so another flag, and it's a face mask. Oh my goodness.
Well, Vikings got a break.
Yeah, I believe that's an automatic first down and 15 yards, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so as well.
So, yeah, huge break here for the Vikings, as that'll bring up a first down, 1st and 10 here for Tippy Valley. It's the handoff there to the left side, trying to find some room, and Will keeps going and still going, and finally brought down after a couple of broken tackles, finally brought down across midfield.
Yeah, I mean, again, this Tippy Valley Vikings team loves to use that motion and loves to use the eye candy in the backfield. So you have to make sure you are reading your keys defensively if you are John Glenn. Otherwise, you get caught looking in the backfield, and things like that will happen to you. So big gain here for the Vikings on offense.
Yeah, so, just a huge break there for Tippy Valley. It was 3rd and 21, and there was a face mask on the Falcons. So Tippy Valley about the 40 to QB keeper, and he looked like he was going to be gone, but able
Two
to bring him
flags.
down. And my goodness, Jaydon, it might be another face mask.
Yeah, I mean, if this is face mask, this is ridiculous. I mean, this is huge. Targeting.
And it's actually going to be targeting, so that is a little bit worse. So
Now, I don't know if it's at the high school level, if is the player allowed to stay in the game or they leave like college. I'm not sure how that works at this level, but
yeah, because I do know at the college level, it's if they confirm the targeting, it's a player disqualified. So I'm not really sure how they do it in high school. Maybe he stays in the game, and they just give him a warning or something.
possibly.
But either way, it's another huge break here for Tippy Valley as the Falcons shoot themselves in the foot, and that's going to be the running back once again, Morardi, just dragging defenders inside the 10.
Marty out here running like he's Cam Scatterboo, man, for the Giants. I mean, he's blowing through people, and he's running physical and hard, hitting the hole. That's what you want to see out of this offensive line in the running game if you are a Tippy Valley fan. So they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Man, Cam Scatterboo, like you said it, it's just Morardi just looking like a beast, dragging a couple defenders, and now Tippy Valley is in prime position to make this a 21-0 ball game. So 1st and 10. It's a handoff there down the middle. And it looks like it was Parker, and looks like he'll gain about a couple.
It's a touchdown, actually.
Yeah, they're going to call a touchdown as, my goodness, Jaydon, just like that. It's a 20-0 ball game, and I mean, this Tippy Valley team has came to play.
Yeah, man. They heard the talk about it, being, John Glenn's at home, seeing that. They're like, man, we don't care. We're going to come in here and we're going to run this football and we're going to get after them. And that's what they've done so far. They've been fortunate enough with some penalties on John Glenn and some turnovers by John Glenn and helping them out. And now they're about to go up 21-0, extra point pending. So I love what I'm seeing out of the Vikings right now.
Yeah, the Vikings really putting it to the Falcons. Extra point is good. And this is a 21-0 ball game as we wind down the first. Yeah, I mean, Jaydon, Will Ferrell has an appearance once again, but just not on the side of the Falcons. And, yeah, the Vikings are just cruising. And, I mean, it's not even the second quarter, Jaydon.
It's not, and I mean, I think if you're the Falcons here, you got to go out here and try to get something, man, on offense. You have to punch in the end zone here. You got to get some momentum going into the second quarter. I would ideally like to keep the ball for the last remaining minute and 34 seconds if I'm John Glenn, not giving them another chance to score. But yeah, man, they're gonna have to get something cooking.
Yeah, the Falcons will have another opportunity to answer back here. I mean, these first couple possessions here for the Falcons just not really working out for them. Just ended in a fumble recovery and an interception. So, I mean, this Falcons offense, they just really need some positive here.
Yeah, they do. And coming up playing football, man, we were always taught three things, no turnovers, no stupid penalties, no big plays for touchdowns. You do those three things, you win. So far, the Falcons haven't been able to really do any of them. So they got to get going and got to get a score here.
Yeah, so Tippy Valley set to kick it off once more. And Jaydon, I think it was a flag there on Tippy Valley, or actually on I think John Glenn. That's why it was a shorter field, and I think that one sailed through the end zone. So John Glenn will take it at around the 20 once again.
Yeah, we'll see if Archer Russ can get his guys, just something, man. Just get going, man. Move this football down the field and get some production on offense here. I mean, had to turn over the first two possessions. Got to keep the football safe.
Yeah, so 21-0, Tippy Valley on top of the John Glenn Falcons as John Glenn tries to answer back here. And it's a pass to the left side. And he'll get a good gain there.
Yeah, nice just short throw out there to the outside receiver and just trying to get some positive yardage here. Run this clock down a little bit, and just simple plays. Keep the ball in your possession if you're the Falcons. And so, nope. Timeout.
Yeah, so timeout taken here by the Falcons, as it looks like coach didn't really like the look for their offense there. And as we take a timeout, we'll step aside and we'll be right back.
I've been looking for...
Play It Again Sports in Merrillville is your one-stop shop for athletic gear. They buy and sell gently used equipment, helping young athletes and saving you money. Bring in your unused gear for cash or shop their select.
Yeah, it looks like we're back, and it's a run there to the right side as a good gain there for the Falcons, and that might be the break that they needed, Jaydon.
Yeah, man. Just try to get a spark there going, and looks like, oh, man, got a limping Falcon here coming off the field. Not good there for John Glenn as he is going to make his way to the sideline.
Yeah, Jaydon, and it kind of looked like it was the same player that was limping off that second time there for the Falcons, number 20. So we'll check on him. We'll see if we have any updates here later. As pass there to the left side, able to complete it, finding some room and finding the first down.
Yeah, that was a moon ball there by Russ, but it was caught, and that injured player, by the way, is Anthony McGuigan. So hopefully he will return to the team. But that was a great pass there by Russ. And first down, man. See, that's what you want to see, man. Just get this positive yardage, man. Move the chains, stay ahead of the chains. You can't fall back behind.
Yeah, Anthony McGuigan. We're just gonna see if he's okay. See if we get some updates on him. But yeah, I mean, just a huge pass there by Russ to his wide receiver Aaron Turnage, and able to get a first down. So fresh set of downs as Russ will look around. He'll scramble.
There he goes.
He'll go down the middle as finding some room and getting another first down here for the Falcons.
I mean, am I watching the John Glenn Falcons or am I watching the Buffalo Bills right here, man? Because this guy is looking like Josh Allen out here, man. But just running around and just got the ball. He's even holding the ball like Josh in the pocket, just dancing around there. So yeah, you gotta keep those rush lanes. If you're the Vikings, because otherwise Archer Russ will do that the whole night.
Yeah, so Archer Russ just really doing his best Josh Allen impersonation out there, as he might have stiff-armed a defender as well. And so that's another first down here for the Falcons. And they might be cooking, Jaydon, as it's a QB keeper once again to the left side trying to find some room, and will gain about a couple.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Tippy Valley, most of the time who's going to be getting the ball, and that's going to be Archer Rush. So you know it, but it's like it's hard if you know it and you can't stop it, right? So, but you have to do your best to contain him. Otherwise, he'll do that again all game long. You just got to keep your eyes disciplined.
Yeah, I think this man, he can really light up a defense as he has on the past two plays. As it's going to be a pass there to the right side, completed near the first down marker, and that'll bring up about a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, nice catch there by I believe that was Braden Benwell. And he is their leading receiver for the Falcons. Him and Russ got that good 1-2 connection there, and so when he's throwing the football, that's a guy to look out for. But time out here, or end of the first quarter rather. So we'll move to the second here in a few.
Yeah, so into the first quarter here, it's Tippy Valley 21, John Glenn nothing. As we will be back with the second quarter right after this. And we're back. So Archer Russ with a pass there to the right side, and the receiver looking for contact and not getting a flag there. So that'll bring up a 4th and 2.
Yeah, and unable to get the call there, but 4th down. So of course the Falcons are going to go for this, and if I'm John Glenn, I'm definitely doing some type of run here. Just pick up these 2 yards and just an easy play.
Yeah, it's running there up the middle, trying to get the first down, and it's going to be close, Jaydon.
Well, unfortunately for high school, they don't have replay, so
yeah, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, as not able to pick up the first down is the Falcons, and the Vikings will take over.
Yeah, I like the decision. I just, the great better execution by the Vikings on defense to stop it. So, and stop them short of that line to gain. So, man, 3 straight possessions, 3 straight turnovers for the Falcons, Dusty.
Yeah, I mean, so you go back to the incompletion. Braden Benwell, he wanted the flag, wasn't able to get it. Brought up the 4th and 2, and then just not able to get it up the middle. So Tippy Valley takes over, and it's another run there up the middle and able to gain a few.
Yeah, just again, this is going to be a team that is going to run the football, and they're going to show you a lot of different looks in the backfield. So if you are the Falcons, I mean, you have to, you got to make sure you stay in line on who your guy is. You read your keys defensively. Otherwise, they will fool you, and you won't know where the ball is until it's too late.
Yeah, so bringing up a 2nd and medium. It's a pass there to the right side on a screen and breaking a couple tackles, dragging another defender and getting the first down.
Yeah, nice play there and just picking up the extra yardage and going through those guys, just playing physical, man. You love to see that, especially at a team that's up big like they are right now. They're still throwing punches. They're not comfortable, up 21-0. So this Tippy Valley team, man, they're moving around down the field.
Yeah, Hunter State just putting on a performance for this Vikings team. And it's going to be a QB keeper here as Stage goes up the middle and gets another good gain near first down yardage.
Yeah, I think Hunter Stage heard us talking about Archer Russ. He's like, you know what? I can run the football too. Okay, he's like, I'm going to show you. He's been able to do that a bit tonight here so far. So gotta watch out for him too.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter Stage kind of matching the energy of Archer Russ. It's just that this offense, has been a little bit better, considering the score line. As Hunter Stage is really moving this offense down the field, and that one met in the backfield, not able to take him down, Jaydon. And I mean, it kind of looks like he might have the first down after all that.
Yeah, and it's a nice job there with the extra effort. To get that first down. Did he?
Yeah, no, they're gonna call it short. So
short by a
yeah,
yard.
it's gonna be, I think, 3rd and inches, Jaydon. But I mean, just what an effort there by the running back.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, man, Wes Parker is a beast, and I mean, now you got 3rd and inches here, so we know it's going to be a run. John Glenn knows it's going to be a run, so
yeah. So here it is to run there up the middle. I mean, it's coming, and you cannot stop it as a flag flies in. And I mean, if you're a Falcons fan here, you're hoping that it's against the Vikings, because if not, the Vikings are across midfield once again.
Yeah, so we will see where this call will land here, folks. And here, a call from the official and face mask. Another one.
God. Yeah, so face mask there on the Falcons, and look away if you're a Falcons fan, because my goodness, that is another huge call going against the Falcons.
I mean, what's that, like 4 or 5 penalties now? I mean, for John Glenn, I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, you can't have that happen. And I'm sure Ron Brown is fuming on the sidelines, and who wouldn't? As you're giving this team just more life, and you can't have these penalties like this, man. You can't have face mask. It's 15 yards, so fresh set of downs.
Yeah, I never really understood, the grabbing the face mask, thing, because you kind of know, that you're grabbing that face mask, and why do it, So it's just mind-boggling to me, as it's a pitch there to the left side, and finding some room goes Parker, I believe. And my goodness, Jaydon, another good pickup here.
Yeah, I mean, we said at the top of the broadcast, Wes Parker is a guy that, he's going to run this football a lot. He's going to do it well. He's able to do it great there. And, like you said, it's just you have penalties like that. They kill you, and the refs are going to call it every time you do it if they see it. So I don't understand it either. But either way, Vikings are getting closer and closer to the end zone here. So.
Yeah, so it's Moriarty coming in for Parker as to hand off to him. Not a surprise. Going through a couple defenders, barreling through the final one, and getting inside the 5.
I mean, as that was a great play there by Moriarty. I mean, just bowsing through those defenders, man. I mean, as Mark Jackson would say, "Mama, there goes that man." And he just runs through, and like Cam Scatterby right there. I mean, this John Glenn defense is just on their heels, and they have no answer right now.
Yeah, you bring up that Mark Jackson quote, and my goodness, I mean, has that been trademarked there in the finals? So yeah, I mean, it's Moriarty just running through these Falcons as trying to get another touchdown here, and I just would not be surprised they hand it off to him again, and they do.
There it goes.
So this one gonna be met before the goal line, so it looks like it's gonna be a gain of about 1 or 2, Jaydon. That's gonna bring up a 2nd and goal.
Yeah, I mean, just a great job there by Moriarty, just just getting those tough yards down here, man. You know, like I said, this John Glenn defense, they're on their heels. They don't know. They just can't stop it. They do know what's coming. They can't stop it right now. And you put yourself in a situation when you have these penalties, you have these turnovers there, you know, and it doesn't help you when you give offenses short fields to work with, you know, and not looking good here for them.
Yeah, so 2nd and goal here for the Vikings. Looks like it might have been offsides, not really sure, but it's a handoff there to the right side and met once again by a crowd of Falcons and not able to get in once again, Jaydon.
Yeah, so that was a nice job there by the Falcons to gang up and, you know, make the tackle there and just getting everybody flying to the football, get the stop. So 3rd down and about, 6 or 5 here. And, I mean, overall, this game just has gone in Tippy Valley's favor so far. Have to, you know, really get a stop here.
Yeah, you know, maybe a missed call there on the offsides, but nevertheless, 3rd and goal, trying to find some room. And a flag flies here as he drops into the end zone, but we're going to see the call here, Jaydon.
Looks like it might be on John Glenn, man. I mean, from the direction where the flag was thrown, so we'll get the call here from the official. But
yeah, and if that's on John Glenn once again, I mean, my goodness. Just talk about shooting yourself. That's another face mask. I mean, you see him, making that gesture, and you're just, kicking yourself. Like, my goodness. I mean, it's face mask after face mask for this John Glenn defense, and yeah, I mean, it's just another touchdown there for Tippy Valley.
I mean, dude, this is ridiculous. Like, as a former football player, this is like killing me on the inside. Like, this is killing me. Like, how did you have these face masks? All these occurring face masks. This is undisciplined football by John Glenn. You can't have those penalties, man, back to back like that. You know, I mean, I don't like that. If I'm Ron Brown, I don't.
Yeah. So extra point, good. And I mean, Jaydon, it kind of feels like we played a whole football game. But it is barely the start of the 2nd quarter, and it is 28-0 Tippy Valley.
Yeah, it's 20-0, you know, and Tippy Valley has just come out here and they're playing really good football, fundamental football, driving down the field and defensively getting stops. John Glenn shooting themselves in the foot with the turnovers and the penalties. This is just, you know, not good football being played by them at home. And I'm sure that crowd is silent and stunned there on senior night by what they're seeing.
Yeah, you know, I think, senior night, all the circumstances coming into this game and, just John Glenn just not able to really, come to the hype as, 28-0 scoreline here with still 7 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter. And, John Glenn needs to find some answers here.
Yeah, they got to find something, I mean, because right now you're down 20-0, 7 minutes left in the 2nd quarter, just something positive before you head into halftime. Hopefully, you get the ball, you can get a score, get a stop on defense and get the ball back. We'll see if they're able to do so. But the way it's looking right now, I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, so kickoff here for Tippy Valley as the Falcons will not return this one. This will go through the end zone once again. So John Glenn, again, will take it at the 20. And, yeah, Jaydon, I think they're really running out of chances here.
Yeah, you are. I mean, there's not much you can really do, as far as like trying to get all this all back in 6 minutes. You're not going to be able to do that. But what you can do is build some positive momentum before the half, and just try to get a good time of possession here. Just maintain the ball as long as you can. Keep that Tippy Valley offense off the field. They've been given a lot of short fields to work with, so they're going to have to be able to limit that here and try to run this clock down as much as you can.
Yeah, it's John Glenn trying to answer the call once again as it's a run there to the right side. And we'll have a good pickup there, Jaydon. But, yeah, I mean, best case scenario is, John Glenn, getting a touchdown, making this a 28-7 ball game. And, yeah, just, kind of trying to find something going into halftime.
Yeah, I think that's a message, right? I mean, you just got to focus on what's ahead of you right now. The past has happened, but now you got to focus on just taking it one play at a time, and working your way down the field, stay ahead of the chains, and get a score here before the half.
Yeah, so fresh set of downs here for the Falcons. Archer Russ looking deep for his wide receiver.
Is that picked?
This one is picked off once again. So Tippy Valley coming up big as their defense gets another interception, and they'll try to tack on another score before halftime.
I mean, goodness, man. This is just turned into a rout here right now. I mean, Tippy Valley is playing great football on both sides of the ball, and Archer Russ not really, playing that well with the ball in the air, and he has 2 picks and a fumble right now. So looks like Tippy Valley is going to be able to add to their lead here, man. Or have the chance to.
Yeah, Jaydon, you said it, 2 picks and a fumble recovery for this Vikings defense, as this is a pitch there to the left side, and he'll find some room, but will be taken down at around the 35.
Yeah, and I think right now for Archer Russ, I mean, he's on the sideline right now, probably just hitting himself in the head, with the plays he's made. But I mean, this Tippy Valley defense, deserves some credit too with what they've been able to do, and this offense, how they've been able to move the football down the field against this Falcons defense. So now they're looking to add to this lead, man, and we'll see if they're able to do it.
Yeah, so that'll bring up second down here for the Vikings, as it's been everything going Tippy Valley's way, as that's a completed pass down the middle, and
is that a fumble?
Flags fly as the Falcons signaling it's their ball, but refs discussing it, and it is
Falcons ball.
So yeah, Jaydon, a fumble here for the Vikings, and the Falcons take over in Tippy Valley territory.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how that fumble was caused, but great job there by the Falcons defense to get on top of it, and get the ball back. So now you're Archer Russ. You got a chance to go back out there on the field and try to get a score here for your team, flush the last play, and try to get on the board here.
Yeah, exactly what the doctor ordered if you're the Falcons fan, as Archer Russ trying to break it loose there on the left side, and that'll be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, there he goes again, man. I mean, I think the Falcons might have to just resort to running Archer Russ the rest of the game because that has been working for them well so far. I mean, we said this is a guy who leads the team in rushing, averaging 52 yards rushing per game. So he sees a crease, man. He's going to take it.
Yeah, so who needs a running back when you have Archer Russ? As, I mean, they're going to mark it short. So 2nd and 1. Kind of looked like he got the first down, but they're not going to give it to him. So 2nd and 1 here for the Falcons. But, I mean, Jaydon, they're already pretty much in the red zone.
Yeah, they pretty much are, Dusty. And right now, just you got to make sure that you get positive yardage. Oh, high snap there, but he's able to get it.
It kind of flashbacks to that first drive, is able to handle that one. That's the difference. But a flag here is maybe a late hit and maybe a huge break here for the Falcons.
Yeah, we'll get.
And another flag flies, is they're just throwing flags everywhere. It's kind of looked like start off with the late hit and maybe some unsportsmanlike conduct to follow.
Yeah, so the officials are talking this over. Josh, what's going on?
Yeah, so refs discussing this one. Yeah, Jaydon, I mean, flags are flying. It kind of felt like every ref threw a flag there as we're going to try to get this situated. Here's your flag. There's your flag. You can take that one. So here's
Yeah.
the call. And still getting word. It's definitely a late hit there on the defense. And to follow that, it's unsportsmanlike conduct also on the defense. Oh, and also there on the offense. So, oh my goodness, Jaydon, it looked like 4 flags there on the play,
Yeah.
and maybe 5. I mean, I've never seen so many flags in my life.
I mean, dude, this giving me flashbacks to that one game we called with all the flags, right? But hopefully it doesn't get that bad. But
And a personal foul, late hit out of
Yeah, so
bounds
the
penalty assessed
calculation, I mean,
against
it
Tippecanoe
really feels
Valley.
like the Falcons are going to be
Offsetting
deep
unsportsmanlike conduct
into
penalties
Vikings
assessed against
territory
both
after this
teams.
one.
An unsportsmanlike conduct penalty assessed against Tippecanoe Valley.
Yeah, Jade. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's a summit of about net 30 there for the Falcons.
yeah. So they have been committing a lot of penalties tonight, and that has been hurting them so far. But you had some penalties there on Tippy Valley as well. So I believe those offset. So should be around 1st and 5 for Tippy Valley there. But man, this is, or rather,
For the
John
Falcons.
Glenn for the Falcons. Yes,
Yeah.
for the Falcons. So officials are still talking about it now.
Yeah, but I mean, so many flags there, JD. My goodness, just a lot to sort out there. But yeah, it was definitely a late hit to start it all off. And then it was followed by the unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. And yeah, I mean, it finally turned out there to be a positive there for John Glenn.
Yeah, and you have those late hits like that. You got to. I mean, football is a very passionate sport. We all know that, but you got to be able to keep your emotions in check because when you have plays like that and penalties, it can cost your team yardage. So you got to be able to. Things happen. You move to the next play. When you get those extracurriculars involved, that's when those kind of things happen. So.
Yeah, so I believe 1st and goal here for the Falcons as it's
Oh God.
Oh my goodness, it's a fumble here for the Falcons and the Vikings recover it as they'll take over once again.
I mean, Dusty, that has now been 4 straight possessions for John Glenn and 4 straight turnovers on each possession. It doesn't get any crazier than that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Falcons fan here, it's just this is not a good look for John Glenn. As I mean, probably your best opportunity here to cut into this lead and have a chance in this game, and you just give it up once again. I mean, you just can't have it, Jaydon.
No, you can't. You can't turn the football over 4 times and expect to win games. Still we got a whole half to play almost here, but still you can't do that.
As a QB keeper there, this was a fake there to Morardi and pretty good pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, it was a good play there by Morardi to get some yardage there. They're at the point now where they can run this clock down however long they want to, if you're Tippy Valley. But going back to John Glenn for a second there, Dusty, yeah, you can't have those plays down there in the red zone, especially like that. You had some momentum going for you with the penalties, giving you some yardage, and you give it right back to this high potent Tippy Valley offense.
Yeah, as it's going to be Hunt here looking downfield, and that is going to be pass interference. I mean, anybody could call that flag there as pass interference going to be on the defense, and Tippy Valley going to get this one, and I believe, around midfield.
Yeah, and it looks like the receiver was just running a post right down the field, and Hunter Sage was trying to get him the ball there, and I believe that penalty was on.
Maybe on the offense though. Maybe offensive pass interference. No, it's him on the defense. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought it back like it was going to be offensive pass interference, but he was just counting the steps there for Tippy Valley. So yeah, defensive pass interference, and I mean, Jaydon, it's just another flag here for this John Glenn defense.
I mean, yeah, I just, it's appalling me that this team has had this many penalties in one half.
Yeah, that's almost blown up in the backfield, but that's going to be a broken tackle, and he is gone. So what was almost a big play for the Falcons turns out to be a 60-yard touchdown here for Tippy Valley.
I mean, yeah, and that was a great job there by Owen Omandi, the junior running back. I mean, just blazing through that defense, through that second level. And, yeah, I mean, that was a big dagger right there, Dusty.
Yeah, Jaydon, I mean, 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and, already kind of calling it game as 34-0 ball game here in John Glenn, and 35-0 with the extra point pending.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play there by Mondi, and like I said, just able to get the touchdown, and now 35-0 lead here for Tippy Valley and John Glenn right now. Well, I mean, what are you? I mean, what is Coach Ron Brown telling his guys on the sideline? Because right now, this is not good. It's not good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you've had so many opportunities. I mean, okay, say you're down 28-0. All right, well, we get the ball back. We get so many breaks, and we have the ball inside the 10-yard line, but just not able to cash it in. I mean, you give the ball right back, and Tippy Valley capitalizes. So 35-0 here for the Vikings. It's just been, rough selling here for the Falcons.
Yeah. I mean, it just has been a rough night, especially like we said on senior night, and you got these players, their families and friends are out here supporting them tonight. And unfortunately, the ball is just not going their way. And a lot of self-inflicted wounds. And, and as you go into halftime here in a couple of minutes, you got to talk about that, and you got to come out there in the second half and do better for sure. But right now, Tippy Valley's saying, hey, we're 5-2 for a reason.
Yeah, Tippy Valley really showing their record as a return here for the Falcons, and he'll bring it to about the 25. But yeah, Jaydon, I mean, it's been all rainbows and sunshine here for the Vikings as they lead this one 35-0 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, 35-0 here. I mean, this is just, it's a rout, and for John Glenn right now, Archer Russ and co, you got to get something going here, man. At least get something on the board here. I mean, to give yourself some type of morale boost before the half, and ideally, again, you might want to try to keep the ball for the last 4 minutes. Otherwise, it could get worse.
Yeah, it's trying to hang on to that one. He will, I believe it's going to be a loss here on first down, and that will bring up about a 2nd and 13.
Yeah, and I want to highlight, we said that John Glenn likes to, they love to use a little bit of motion in their offense. They like to run the receivers a lot, as well as Archer Russ. But credit this Tippy Valley defense for how disciplined, for the most part, they've stayed with that and containing outside of a big few Archer Russ runs and to keep their discipline in the backfield. So I wanted to credit them on that.
It's just really been the mental mistakes here for the Falcons as a screen there to the right side, and that is going to be dropped. So that will be a 3rd and long. And I mean, Jaydon, if the Falcons first half.
Yeah, that's why I said it would be ideal to keep the ball in your possession for the last 3 minutes if you can, or most of this time. But 3rd down, man, I mean, you need to pick this up for the Falcons.
Yeah, so 3rd down and call it 12 here for the Falcons. Archer Rust rolling out to the right, looking for a wide receiver, not finding any, finally throwing it up for grabs, and it falls incomplete. So that'll bring up a 4th down here for the Falcons. And I mean, you're in Vikings territory, Jaydon. I really don't see them going for it here.
No, yeah, I wouldn't go for it here. Just punt the ball, play defense at this point. But Archer Russ had nobody open. He threw the football away. Couldn't get anything going downfield. So smart play by him to throw it away and not throw it in harm's way there.
Yeah, I mean, you're in your own territory. It's just you really cannot go for it here. It's going to be a punt here for the Falcons. And I mean, the crowd are not really liking that, but I mean, it's really the only option you have here, as this punt will die at around the 40, and that's where the Vikings will take over once again with 3:06 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, and Hunter Stage and this Vikings offense has been able to play really well tonight here on the road against John Glenn. Able to move the football down the field, run the football, throwing the football. Wes Parker and Moriarty getting involved in the run game. I mean, they've been doing a good job of incorporating different players in their offense tonight, Dusty. So very balanced attack.
Yeah, and with 2:57 left to go here in the first half, I mean, there's plenty of time here for the Vikings to strike once again, as this high-powered offense on the move. As Hunter Stage rolls to the left, he'll air it out deep for one of his wide receivers coming back to the ball, just not able to reel it in.
Yeah, it looked like he caught it there for a second, but ref signaled incomplete. So be 2nd and 10, but nice effort there by that Viking.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming back to the ball there. He really had a opportunity at that one. He had a real opportunity on that play, but just not really able to quite get to it. But yeah, that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 here.
Yeah, and Hunter Sage, I mean, he's like, you know what? Hey, we're up 35-0. Hey, let me still throw this football deep, man. That's his mindset. He still wants to light it up right now, even up, 35-0. So you see where his head is at. But some confusion here by the receivers on Tippy Valley, see if they can get set.
Yeah, Jaydon, and it's really like keep your foot on the gas pedal, as it's a pass there to the left side, as able to complete it there, and that will bring up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long here for John Glenn, on defense. So can they get a stop? We'll see. But for Tippy Valley, you're just at a point now. You're 2 minutes, 24 seconds left. You really want to eat as much clock as possible. But with the way they've been playing defensively, they could probably get the ball back anyway. So, we will see what they do here next.
Yeah, so call it about 3rd and 8. And yeah, Jaydon, this defense has been stout here for the Vikings. So like you said, they could even get the ball back if they weren't able to convert here. But looks like we're going to have a timeout here by Tippy Valley. As about 2 minutes left to go in the first half, and we have a 35-0 ball game. As we'll take a timeout, and we will be right back.
Hey there! Ever feel like your financial future is a giant puzzle missing a few pieces? Well, I've got a secret weapon for you. It's called Tolman Financial, and they're absolute wizards when it comes to retirement planning. Picture this, a team of experts who actually listen to your unique needs and craft a plan that fits like a glove. No cookie cutter solutions here. They're all about making sure you and your family are set for the long haul. And get this, they're so confident in their ability to help, they're practically begging you to reach out. Seriously, they gave out their phone number and email. So, if you're ready to turn that financial puzzle into a masterpiece, give Tolman Financial a shout.
And we're back as 3rd and 8 here for the Vikings. Trying to pick this one up as Stage rolls to his right, has a receiver, able to complete it, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, nice play there by Hunter Stage, rolling out to his right and able to get that ball across the field to his receiver on that little crossing route there. And, just continuing to move the football down the field, man, and eat up this clock, minute 51 seconds. Tippy Valley is just rolling here offensively, and John Glenn has no answers for them defensively. So,
yeah, so Vikings with the ball at about midfield. So, like I said, plenty of time here for the Vikings to score once again. And, yeah, Jaydon, they're on the move once again as they look to make this a 42-0 ball game. Stage rolling out to the left, trying to find a receiver, will not. Tries to take off, but a good play there by that Falcons defense. And, yeah, he'll stop them for maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, and that was a good job there by the Falcons defender to get him. It looks like.
Yeah, we're going to have a false start here. So, you just don't really see these flags against the Vikings in this one. But that one will be. So it's going to be a false start, and that will bring up a 1st and 15.
Yeah, what surprised me is that flag was thrown after the play, I believe. I don't know if it was thrown before or after, but, they got the call after the play, so that was odd. But false start, so backed up here for Tippy Valley.
Yeah, typically the false start, it's at the beginning of the play, so that was a little mind-boggling. Boggling a Stage looking deep and just not able to connect with his receiver. But yeah, back on that flag, it was a bit of a late call, but nevertheless. It was a false start. So, now it's a 2nd and 15, Jaydon.
Yeah, 2nd and 15. Just Tippy Valley's at the point now where they want to add to that score, man. So they're throwing the football down the field, trying to get their receivers some looks down against that John Glenn secondary, just unable to connect there. And we'll see what they go with here on 2nd down.
Yeah, so 2nd and 15 here, and it kind of feels like just regular 2nd and 10 as this offense is so high powered. But as I say that, met in the backfield, and that will be a gain of about nothing.
Yeah, no gain. But nice job there. By the Falcons defensive front, getting in the backfield, making that stop. That's what you want to see. Just little wins like that. They say moral victories don't really exist in football, right? But things like that you like to see, just making those stops, not letting the plays turn out for big yardage. So just something to move forward with.
Yeah, and they were generous with that one, Jaydon, as they gave him a yard. 3rd and 14 here for Stage as he looks downfield for receiver once again, and it looks like he's going to reel it in.
It's like, yeah, Owen Amandi, man, who had the 60-yard touchdown earlier. He grabs the ball there, and looks like John Glenn wasn't even set for that play.
Yeah, and the Vikings are going to go quick here. They're going to spike the ball, but Jaydon on 3rd and 14, Stage finds a way and airs it out for a 40-yarder. They're on 3rd and 14.
Yeah, it was a great play by Hunter Stage and an amazing catch by Owen Amandi. But like I said, I don't think the Falcons defense was even set when they ran that play. I mean, because you had guys still trying to figure out where to go. Some of the D linemen were even in their stance, and shoot, Hunter State said, "Hey, you know what? That's cool. We'll go ahead and just launch it right now." And you see what happens. So.
Yeah, so Tippy Valley once again in Falcons territory as it stays rolling out to the right side, trying to find a receiver and looked to be incomplete. As that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 here, Jaydon. But I mean, the Vikings are already, once again here in the red zone of the Falcons, and yeah, I mean they're looking to put another 6 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, just great production here by this Tippy Valley offense, and moving the ball against this John Glenn defense right there. And you got 28 seconds, 26 seconds maybe. So it was like it's.
Yeah, and I believe it was another false start because we have a 1st and 15, so another false start, but it doesn't. I mean, Jaydon, it doesn't really seem to affect this Vikings offense.
They're like, hey, throw us any flags you want. I mean, we're gonna just we're gonna get a first down anyway. We're a touchdown, so it's like that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, so Stage dropping back once again, and defender right in his face, but able to avoid him, and he'll stroll off to the right side, and it looks like it was a gain of about 5.
Yeah. I mean, Hunter Stage didn't find what he was looking for, so just took off on his own and was able to get some positive yardage out of that. So nice play by him. And we said it earlier, I mean, not only can Archer Russ run the football in this game, but Hunter Stage can too. He's shown it a couple of times tonight, including right there, escaping the pocket, getting out of that positive yardage, staying ahead of the chain. So 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, 2nd and 11 coming up here for the Vikings as we'll say 17 seconds left to go in the first half as Hunter Stage dropping back once again. He'll roll out and he'll go up the middle and he'll break a tackle looking for the end zone and he'll find it. So another touchdown for Tippy Valley as we have a 41-0 ball game.
I mean, what a play here by Hunter Stage. I mean, just dancing around the pocket right there. I mean, he's like, oh, okay, that's not open. I'll go over here. Now I'll go over here. And you know what? I'm just going to take it in the end zone. And he did it right there. And 41-0. I mean, extra point pending. Dusty. I mean, this has just been wow.
Yeah, it's been quite the showing here for the Vikings as 41-0 with the extra point pending. And yeah, Jaydon, it's just been lights out here by this Vikings offense, and the extra point will be up and good as this is a 42-0 ball game, and we have not even hit halftime.
We have not hit halftime yet. And John Glenn, I mean, you see their guys, hands on the hips, just just dejected, body language. I mean, this is what this is like when you're playing like this at home, man. They don't know what to say right now for themselves. So,
yeah, and Gage Overbay also having himself a game as the kicker. I mean, if you had him in fantasy, that'd be a pretty nice game for yourself. As it's 6 touchdowns here for the Vikings. As this Tippy Valley team, has come into John Glenn, Jaydon, and they have just really, asserted dominance and just really have just been playing to their own game. And I mean, you look up at the score; it's 42-0.
Yeah, it's 42-0. I mean, just a great job here by Tippy Valley, to come in on the road and do this to a team on senior night at their place. I mean, just they've been playing great football around on all 3 phases of the football there. So, and for John Glenn, you got a lot to talk about at halftime. Might not be enough time to talk about what you've been having going on here in the first half, but
Yeah, I think at this point, it's kind of like, you don't want to really get shut out, in front of your home crowd. So you're gonna try to avoid the shutout there in the second half as the Vikings kick this one deep, and that will go through the end zone. So I believe about 6 seconds left, and the Falcons will have it at the 20.
Yeah, I mean, 6 seconds left. I mean, is Arturus going to try to throw a deep bomb down the field? I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, I think more likely it'll be just a kneel down at this point. So.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just been all Vikings in this one, and it's you got to try to find the positives, right? If you're John Glenn here, it's just not too many to look at as just so many turnovers, so many mental mistakes, from top to bottom. It's been a rough half here for the Falcons, as still looking to make something happen here, and a complete pass there to the right side. So good pickup there. And I mean, this it's not going to halftime yet. So yeah, it's going to have a second left. Do you go for the Hail Mary here, Jaydon?
Well, I mean, why not? Not worry to nothing. 1 second. Well, no, that's half. They're going to call it half. So never
Yeah.
mind.
So I mean, yeah, I guess they're not going to give him the second, and we are going to go to halftime. So yeah, this one, has been a blowout here on senior night, as Tippy Valley on top of John Glenn 42-0, as we will go to halftime, and we will be right back with the second half right after this.
At Friedman and Associates, we've been providing strong ethical advocacy for our clients for 40 years. Our practice focuses on employment law, standing up for employees who have been the victims of unfair firings or discrimination in the workplace. But we also provide legal assistance on family law, criminal defense, traffic, and DUI matters, and we'll help you get old charges expunged so your record is clean. Check out the ways we can help at laportelegal.com. Friedman and Associates, standing up for you.
Okay, Jaydon, go with the halftime port here.
All right. So halftime here, folks, on Regular Corner Sports Network, as Tippy Valley is up 42-0 here on John Glenn. And on senior night, we thought this would be here a high octane matchup here between these two teams. They met twice already, but Tippy Valley is coming here and they have shut them out. I mean, Hunter Stage has played really well, getting involved with the passing game, and then we have Wes Parker, who's had a lot of great plays. Moriarty, who is the head coach's son, having some great runs here, and just be able to just being able to cause a lot of mistakes by this John Glenn team. This offense turned the ball over 4 times. As Dusty and I mentioned, this is not a real way to win a football game. You can't turn the football over 4 times and expect to win games. And unfortunately for John Glenn, the mistakes kept piling on, penalties, things like that. So I think for them, you got to go into the second half and try to find some positives here. I mean, Archer Russ was able to make some great plays with his feet running the football. But unfortunately for them, just turning the ball over, and giving their defense short field and giving that Tippy Valley offense, great field position to work with as they've been able to punch it into the end zone on multiple occasions here. So as we thought this would be a big, punch for punch type of game here, folks, it has not been the case here. So if you're a John Glenn Falcons fan, you're not liking what you're seeing. And if you're a Tippy Valley fan, then you love what you're seeing, So two opposite sides of the coin there here in Indiana on senior night, and I think in the second half, if you're John Glenn, you just get on offense, just from a morale boost, just take it one play at a time, try to get something going here just to get the team vibe back to where it is, because I've been here before and it's a blowout and you don't know that you're dejected. You feel lost right now as a unit, as a team, as an offense, as a defense as well. So I think it'd be very important here for them to come out and just get the small wins, just inch by inch, taking one play at a time. I think that's your best scenario right now. And if you're Tippy Valley, keep doing what you're doing. Come out there and just keep running the offense you running the football. It's a team that loves to use a lot of motion. As we mentioned on the broadcast, they are a team that loves to use a lot of eye candy as well to fool you in the backfield. Who's getting the ball, and that's a tough way to defend. That's a tough offense to defend. You don't see many teams running that type of offense nowadays, and so especially at the high school level. And Tippy Valley has been able to do that very successfully tonight. One of the reasons why they're 5-2 this year. Just how they've been able to orchestrate and execute their offense. And it has led to big production here for the Vikings, and I was talking to Dusty before the broadcast, and I was saying, we watched John Glenn in their opener this year against Boone Grove, and just seeing how Archer Russ and their team has played, Braden Benwell and those guys, and what they can do with the football in their hands. But just like a season ago, Tippy Valley has been able to shut that down, and even worse because John Glenn has not scored, as opposed to last year's meeting, they scored 21 points, but not able to score anything here tonight. And the year before in 2023, only scoring 14 against Tippy Valley's 37. So I think right now for Tippy Valley, you got to be happy with what you're seeing. I think Coach Steve Moriarty is very pleased with his team's effort and their execution on offense, defense, and his special teams. When all three phases, guys, work together on one accord, then you have a good football game going here for your team. Offense, defense, special teams, they all work together like it's an assembly line. And when you have everything working in accord with one another and everybody's on the same page, then that's when they set things up for each other. Special teams, you get good field position, send your offense up to score. Defense, you get stops, send your offense up to score. Offense, you're keeping your defense on the sideline by maintaining the ball for a long time of possession. So all those things working together as a system, as a unit. And that's how they've been able to do that tonight so far. So been very pleased with what I've seen by Tippy Valley. I wasn't expecting this to be this at this score at halftime, but here we are, 42-0, folks. So thank you for joining us here on Reagan Corner Sports Network. Again, Jaydon Gay here, one of your broadcasters, along with Dusty Carrasco, as we here at halftime as the marching band is performing here at home on senior night for John Glenn.
Well, it does. It's a blessing because I played guitar. Well, I did. I can't right now. And I also played in restaurant hockey, so I have a good connection with each friend. Yeah. I went high school and college for 25 years. That's our been our home away from home until now. Now he's risen to a level where he's beyond his skill level is above most high school. So he went to a league that's developing players for college.
Okay, guys, start it back up.
Okay, everybody, yes, welcome back to Reagan Corner Sports Network here, and we got Tippy Valley and John Glenn. Tippy Valley leading 42-0 over the John Glenn Falcons. You know, Jaydon Gay and Dusty Carrasco here on the broadcast for you tonight on this October Friday here, and this has been a huge route, Dusty. I mean, Tippy Valley has come in, and I mean, from the first moments of the game, just imposed their will on this Falcons team. Yeah, so let's see here at the moment. But yes, so they've imposed their will on this Falcons team. And I mean, I was not expecting this coming in. Like I said, folks, you know, I thought this would be probably a more evenly matched game. John Glenn coming in at 2-5, needing to get this win, you know, and Tippy Valley coming in at 5-2 on the opposite end. So just overall, the penalties, man, was what killed the Falcons in the first half. You know, a lot of face mask penalties, a lot of, you know, false starts, things like that, things that you can't have happen, you know, if you're trying to score and move the football down the field. And those are putting you in long yardage situations, putting you behind the chains. And it just ruins your momentum as a ball club. And that's something that you can't have, you know, especially if you're trying to play against a team that is scoring every time they touch the football. And that's tough already in its own right. But then add on top of the fact that you're having those mental mistakes and you're shooting yourself in the foot, it's not painting the way for you to have a good outcome of it, you know, and that's really what's been the case here tonight for John Glenn. And you know, Archer Russ, you know, has done his part running the football, but throwing the football, he's had a couple interceptions and a fumble. So every possession that the Falcons have touched the football has been a turnover, and that's played a part in why Tippy Valley has this big lead. But Tippy Valley has also been playing great defense. They've also been able to move the football efficiently down the field, throwing a mix and run, pass, read option plays, a lot of motions, and Falcons just haven't had an answer for it, and I would think Jerron Brown's message to his team and at halftime here is just, hey, come out there in the second half and just, play sound football. I think that's the best thing you can tell your team at this point. Play sound football, take one play at a time, and let's just build on something here as we move forward to next week, because you're not going to make this comeback before in one half. But some positives you can create and build on moving forward here for the Falcons. And I think that's going to be very important here in the second half. So we'll see if they'll be able to do it here. But, hey, senior night, just not able to get it done so far. So we are about 2 minutes away from the second half here, guys. And thank you again for joining us here on Friday night on Reagan Corner Sports Network, as got a beautiful night sky here. Some Friday night lights as you see the field here, and Tippy Valley is starting to take back the field, starting to walk back on the field here to get ready to warm up. So we got a little light show going on here in the field. So as the Vikings storm the field up 42-0, and the Falcons should be making their way out shortly as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys didn't have Archer Russ on your fantasy team tonight, because that probably wouldn't have gone well for you. But if you did have the over being 30.5 points or whatnot, then you hit on that parlay. But and folks, we are getting ready to start the third quarter here at John Glenn, as both teams have finished their pre-second half warm-ups and are getting ready to take the field here for the second half, and we will see if Tippy Valley can continue to add to that lead, or can John Glenn put some points up on the scoreboard here? Just something going here offensively. Again, Jaydon Gay here on the call along with Dusty Carrasco, my broadcast partner. And this has just been like we've said multiple times, just very surprising, at this point to see on the road team up this big, in a different stadium. As we were set for kickoff here, and John Glenn is going to receive the ball here after deferring in the first half. So Tippy Valley will kick it off to them. And folks, we're looking to see, can they get something on the board here? Can the Falcons just get some piece of positive momentum, some type of just feel good here at this point in the game? And as we await the signal from the referee for us to kick the ball off. And here we go. Tippy Valley, John Glenn, second half, Reagan Corner Sports Network.
Yeah, Jaydon, here we go. Second half kicking off, and it's John Glenn taking this one at about the 5, and he'll be met at around the 20, it looks like. So pretty good return there, and John Glenn will take this one at about the 20.
Yeah, Dusty, as I was saying here, on the halftime show, that you just got to get some type of moral victory here at this point. We hate to use this term in the sports world, right? But for John Glenn right now, this is the best case scenario. Just getting something positive to get going for your offense here. And Archer, Rust, and Co. Do they have some juice in here to move this ball down the field?
Yeah, it's John Glenn really just trying to find a score here before the end of this one, as it's a run there up the middle, get a good gain there on first down. But yeah, Jaydon, because it's just been all Viking in this one, and the Falcons just really trying to find a positive here in this game.
Yeah, the positives, and that's what you have to do, and at this point, and for the Tippy Valley, you should be proud of yourselves with how you played so far, and how you've come in here in a hostile environment and got the win, especially on senior night. So a lot of energy in the crowd and in the stadium, and you've been able to kind of shut them out and play your game. So
yeah, as Archer Rust here looking to the left side, pressure on Rust as he's trying to find something, rolling out and finding nothing, as that'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that's a great job getting pressure there by Tippy Valley on the defensive side of football there, and just forcing Rust out to his left, and that's not really where he's comfortable at. More comfortable on the right side, moving out to his right, so able to force him to his left spot there, and not able to find anything downfield.
Yeah, Jaydon, so it's Archer Rust just trying to do it all for this John Glenn offense, and just not really able to do it. You give a lot of credit to this Vikings defense, as they have been all over Russ and the Falcons, as they are here, just not letting him get any room here. And that's a late hit. As you just cannot have that if you're the Vikings defense.
Yeah, just he goes out of bounds, you can't touch him at that point, So that's football 101. Player goes out of bounds, he's defenseless, so leave him alone. He made the play, but you got the late hit there, so that's going to add on yardage. So that little things like that, I think as well as Tippy Valley has played tonight, you got to clean stuff like that up, because they've had a couple of those tonight. So
yeah, so it's 3rd and 7, right? You got him contained there in the backfield. It's a most definite 4th down, maybe a 4th and 10. And I mean, I don't, I don't really know, why you would do that or, how that, could happen. But, he just kind of laid into rust, and that's an automatic first down.
Yep, automatic first down for the Falcons.
Yeah, so it's going to be Russ with the handoff, and it's going to be a pretty good gain there for the Falcons. So, yeah, Jaydon, I mean, it's just it's going to be 4th down here. You're going to get the ball back, but instead it's a first down here for the Falcons, and you give them another life.
Yeah, you do. And if you're the Falcons, I mean, you got to take advantage of this opportunity. And you got to convert this. And you got to keep staying ahead of the chains and just try to produce something here on offense for yourself.
Yeah, so it's a pass here to the left side for Rust, and off the fingertips of the wide receiver as that one will fall incomplete. So it's another 3rd and 7 here, Jaydon. And I mean, it's you try to convert here, but if there's another late hit, I mean, it's another first down here for John Glenn. So you really, you want to be smart here if you're the defense.
Yeah, you want to be smart. You don't want to have anything like that happen to you with the late hit or anything. So, because that's going to be automatic first down. So you got to make sure you play fundamental football and just make the play and make the stop as they do right here.
Yeah, and there it is, just not able to find any room on that play, and that will bring up a 4th and 7. And I mean, it's about midfield, but you can see the punting team coming out here. So it's going to be Vikings ball once again.
Yeah. I mean, Ron Brown is at a point now where he doesn't want his team to make this any worse than it might have to be, and so as much as the fans might want to see them go for it, I mean, they made the right play. Go ahead and punt the ball.
Yeah, so punt return here, able to avoid a couple defenders or break a tackle, avoid one more, trying to find some room there on the right side, and finally swarmed by a group of Falcons there and finally taken down. But Jaydon, that had touchdown run all over if he was able to get away.
Yeah, that was that was a good return there, and just almost sprung it like you said. But the Falcons were able to gang up there on special teams and make the tackle and get them down. So still great field position for Tippy Valley as they've had pretty much all night long, and like I said, special teams playing a big role in this game for this Vikings offense, giving them good field position throughout the game. So
yeah, so Tippy Valley here with the ball at around the 30-yard line as a run there up the middle there by Parker, and that'd be a good pickup there on first down.
Yeah, nice play there by Wes Parker, and the team's leading rusher, able to get some good yardage there as this Tippy Valley Vikings offense looking to add to their lead here, Dusty, and
Yeah, I mean, it's good pickup there. To try to ignite this Russian offense once again, as that's a fake and a screen pass there to the left side. Not able to hang on to that one, so that will bring up another 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, and probably the best thing there for the Vikings, because it didn't look like that was going to really go much anywhere if it was caught. So, just incompletion there, and you save potential loss of yardage. So now 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Hudson Shepard there on the reception, just not able to bring that one in. So screen pass does not go your way if you're the Vikings. But a 3rd and 7, a manageable 7 here, as it's going to be Parker there on the pitch, and the Falcons were all over it. So the Falcons blowing up that play and bringing up a critical 4th down.
Yeah, and that honestly might have been the best defensive play I've seen by the Falcons the whole night. And you force this Vikings team to punt for what feels like the first time. Has this been the first time they punted tonight?
Yeah, Jaden. I mean, it's definitely the first time that they have punted tonight. I mean, that's a shocker. I mean, you kind of look at it. It's kind of crazy. Well into the third quarter, it's your first punt of the game.
Yeah, that was a little skip there on the snap, but they get
Yeah,
it off.
not a very clean punt at that. As this one will trickle down into the red zone of John Glenn. So John Glenn will take it at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, so hey, you get a defensive stop, man. That's a win. We said positive wins, right? Just small positive wins. Take them where you can get them, and if you're the Falcons, that's a one you can check off there. You get a stop. That's a positive win. So now let's have a complete drive on offense. That's your next goal. That's your next win. So
Yeah, I mean, but the time, Jaden, it's just
I know.
it's been ticking here for the Falcons, and it just it just feels like a 42-0 ball game. It just feels like there's not enough time for 42 points here for the Falcons.
Yeah, unfortunately not. But again, just things to build upon and moving forward. Oh wow, that's a great run.
Yeah, as it was a handoff or a fake handoff, but a pitch there to the right side, and that is a good gain there for the first down for the Falcons. So, I mean, if you want positive, this has been positive in the last two possessions of stop, and now, a really good game there on first down.
Yeah, just a nice little pitch there, and this is what John Glenn does well offensively. Getting their running backs involved in the pitch game and their receivers involved in running game as well.
Yeah, and here's Russ to the left side and able to complete it to his wide receiver. There for gain of about 3 there on first down.
Yep, nice play there out to Braden Benwell from Archer Russ. So see, like the Falcons have got a little bit going here, and just trying to take those small wins where you can get them at. And that's the best case scenario for you right now. So just trying to take it one play at a time and see what you can build upon here.
Yeah, and Braden Benwell has been, a really good player here for the Falcons. And as I say that, hauling that one in for the first down. So the Falcons will keep this drive going with another first down here.
By the Falcons. And it's just, hey, look, they're doing a good job right now, man, moving the football. And as they did this earlier in the game, but unfortunately they were stopped by turnovers and penalties. So hopefully for them, they can finish this drive off with a touchdown.
Yeah, Braden Benwell doing it all. He's also a backup quarterback as that's Archer Russ keeping that one. And
Ooh.
yeah, he had a gain of about a couple, but he kind of went back a little bit. So they're gonna call this I think no gain, and that will bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but again, no game on the play, and Archer Russ, he is like, man, what else can I do here at this point? As he gets to play from the sideline, but had a little almost a botched snap there as well. So
Yeah, Jaden, and I mean, I guess there's a running clock here in the third quarter. I mean, 42-0 ball game. I kind of see why.
yeah,
But that will take us to the fourth quarter. So it's Tippy Valley up 42-0 on John Glenn as we enter the fourth quarter here in John Glenn. And we'll be back right after this.
At Friedman and Associates, we've been providing strong ethical advocacy for our clients for 40 years. Our practice focuses on employment law, standing up for employees who have been the victims of unfair firings or discrimination in the workplace. But we also provide legal assistance on family law, criminal defense, traffic, and DUI matters, and we'll help you get old charges expunged so your record is clean. Check out the ways we can help at laportelegal.com. Friedman and Associates, standing up for you.
Yeah, so it looks like we're back with the fourth quarter. It's Archer Russ there to the left side, able to complete it to his wide receiver, and that will be a good gain as he's near first down yardage.
Yeah, and that was a great pass there by Russ. A nice play there by the receiver as they just looking to make some inroads here, and try to chip in to this lead a bit, get something on the board. Don't want to get shut out in front of your home crowd. So we'll see if they can do that here.
Yeah, so we'll call it about a 3rd and 2 here for the Falcons as they try to pick up this first down here. Rust, it's a QB keeper. He's going to pitch it there to the right side and room to run as barreling through a couple defenders is Benwell doing it all for this Falcons team, and he is down.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't like that if you're a Falcons fan. Braden Benwell is the second half of that 1-2 punch between him and Archer Russ of this offense, and he goes down. That's not a good sign. So hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, one of your best players, here on this Falcons team, and he's been doing some things, Jaydon, here in this game, and him going down right there is just not a pretty sight, especially in a 42-0 ball game.
Yeah, not a pretty good sight here, and I think you might be in the best position if you leave him out the rest of the game. I think that might be smart, so you don't further risk him injuring himself more, and try to save him for next week. But next play up for the Falcons.
Yeah, so it's going to be a handoff there to the right side and met immediately by the linebacker, but not before, gain about 4 or 5, and he comes up limping as well. He's going to shake it off. As that is Gabriel Goodsell, the fullback. He's going to shake that one off, Jaydon.
Yeah, tough kid, but at this point again, running clock 10 minutes. You gotta be careful here. Also, you gotta be smart if you're John Glenn. You don't want your good players getting hurt.
Yeah, so it's a fake handoff. Archer Russ looking for somebody downfield, has a lot of pressure on him, gets it away and finds a receiver. So gets that one complete. And just like that, John Glenn is in the red zone.
And that was a nice play by Archer Russ, again moving out to his left, not his comfortable side, but he gets out there anyway and makes the play, throwing across the field to his receiver and able to grab it down there. So nice conversion on second down.
Yeah, and it looks like it might have been Goodsell as well, as Goodsell has been doing some good things here on this drive, as John Glenn once again here in the red zone. But you remember what happened last time, Jaydon, as Archer Russ rolling out to the right side trying to find somebody and finally throws it, and it's gonna be incomplete.
Yeah, and you mentioned last time with him, in the red zone, we had the interception, and so he's got to be careful here not to throw the football to the other team. But I like the play calling here. It's been pretty good, getting Goodsell involved and just trying to get some other players incorporated into your offense here. So we'll see what they cook up on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was that fumble there in the red zone, just on that pitch. You have flashbacks. You have some trauma. You probably don't want to do a pitch here, as it's going to be a handoff there to Goodsell down the middle, and met by a couple defenders, but able to get a good pickup nonetheless.
Yeah, and he's able to get that good pickup there. Archer Russ, Now, it doesn't look like he's too pleased with the sideline there. He's trying to get the play call in, but able to do so as we will.
Yeah, but I mean, look who's coming back in, Jaydon. It's none other than Benwell himself. So I mean, even a little banged up, he's coming back in.
Yeah, he got some pride to you, man. If you want to come back in here and try to make some inroads here to this score, so
yeah, as Archer Russ looking here to the right side and had a receiver, but that one falls incomplete. So 4th down here, Jaydon, and I don't think they're bringing the kicking team out here.
I mean, why would you? That's and Russ is again frustrated, and and trying to again figure this out with Coach Brown and the offensive staff.
Yeah, Jaydon, and I mean, we mentioned the shutout, and this might be the only opportunity here for the Falcons as they take a timeout.
Yeah, this might be your only opportunity here. So you got to make the best of it. 4th and 7. I mean, this is basically a ball game, essentially, and clock's still going here. So we'll see what they cook up on offense.
Yeah, and I mean, running clock, I guess it runs through the timeout as well, Jaydon. So, I mean, this is almost essentially the only opportunity they're going to have to avoid this shutout. And, I mean, it's 4th and 7, Jaydon.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much you can call on 4th and 7. That play sheet's going to be limited there for your 4th down packages, but, for 4th and 7. So we'll see what, they can pull out here, but I mean,
yeah, as we run under 6 to go here in John Glenn, I mean, it's a 4th and 7. It's kind of all the odds against the Falcons to avoid this shutout here, but Archer Russ is gonna do his best. As here we go, Archer Russ there to the right side, and he's going to try to run it, and he's going to dive for the end zone, and he's in for 6.
Yeah, I mean, nice play there by Russ, and just reaching the ball over to the end zone, and that's dangerous. A lot of players do that, and they end up losing it, but he's able to maintain possession and control and get in the end zone.
Yeah, Jaydon, I mean, just what an effort there out of Russ. I mean, it's been all this Vikings defense in this one, and Archer Russ finds a way on 4th and 7 and converts.
Yeah, I mean, I said before, he is the engine for this offense, and it runs through him, and he's able to get the score there for his team. So they're finally get on the board and avoid the shutout at home.
Yeah, so extra point up and good. So 42-7 ball game here as John Glenn finally gets on the board.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great job by that Falcons offense, that whole drive. I mean, you love the mix of the play calling there, and they had some mad plays here and there, but they were to maintain control and maintain possession of the football, which was huge. First possession tonight where they haven't turned it over. So that's a start. That's improvement. That's what you want to see if you're that John Glenn coaching staff. Positive wins that you're taking note of that you can move forward with as you head into next week.
Yeah, it's Landon Ritchie there to convert the extra point. So yeah, Jaydon, a 42-7 ball game here in John Glenn, but I mean, it was 4th and 7, and I mean, Archer Russ, he just made it happen, man.
He did. I mean, he's a special player, special young man, and he's the guy for them. And he made that play and able to get his team on the scoreboard. So huge. And now for Tippy Valley, you got 5 minutes to, really they could just hold the ball for the rest of the time if they wanted to, but we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, Jaydon, but I mean, considering this Tippy Valley team, it kind of feels like they want to score once again as 42-7 ball game. And maybe second string in, but either way, I think they're going to try to score again as this is a good return here, able to burn the kicker. He turns on the Jets, and he is gone.
Wow. Mason Miller there. Amazing return for Tippy Valley. I mean, just amazing return. Oh, it's coming back, Dusty. Holding.
Yeah, and just elation here for Tippy Valley. You always love a kickoff return, but that one is going to be brought back by a flag as we will not have a kickoff return TD in this one. And you probably didn't even need the block, you know what I mean? And he, he does it anyways.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens on these type of plays, and once that return just needs that one crease, man, just needs that one crease, and you see that. There's no need to hold. Let him go. Let your guy go. Once you see your returner make it past that point, let him go. But they don't do that, and it's holding, so it comes back.
Yeah, so what looked to be a 99-yard touchdown there for Tippy Valley turns into a holding call, and Tippy Valley will have it at, say, about the 10-15 here for the Vikings as running clock under 4 to go as Tippy Valley looks to score once more.
And looks like some movement.
Yeah, and looks like it's going to be a false start here on Tippy Valley. So, Jaydon, it would look to be a great play there by Tippy Valley. It turned into 2 flags right after.
Yeah, it did. And flags have been a theme in tonight's game for both teams for a bit, but more so for John Glenn. But, things they got to definitely get cleaned up throughout next week in practice, things like that. But, still you're up 42-7. So,
Yeah, it's going to be a QB keeper trying to find somebody up the middle. We'll find a good gain there on first down. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, QB keeper up there for the Vikings as they able to get some yardage there. But, 2 minutes left, man, 37 seconds. This is pretty much the ball game. But, you got to credit them, for how they've been able to handle this game offensively, Dusty.
Yeah, as now second string in, it's the freshman Grant Paxton there at quarterback as handoff there met at the line just about. So that will bring up looks to be a 3rd and 5.
Yep, and now you're at the point where you can put your second string guys in, maybe your third string guys, just give them some playing time here, 1 minute, and some change to go. So,
Yeah, Jaydon, why not, give the freshman an opportunity here as it's a pitch there and he's dragging defenders and not sure if he got the first down, but what an effort there, Jaydon.
Yeah, great effort there on that play, and by Grant Paxton there as the freshman, as you mentioned, just getting some playing time here late in this game. And, this is a good chance to see what you got, right, in your second and third string groups, and just to further evaluate your team if you're Coach Steve Moriarty.
Yeah, so Grant Paxton once again as we go under a minute left to go here in John Glenn. It's a handoff there to the left side on first down, and that will be a good pickup there for the Vikings, but that might be the final play of the game. And, I mean, looks like we might have one more there, Jaydon.
Yeah, they might be able to get one more play in here, Dusty, and we will see what that play will be here. But 13 seconds, so they'll have to get off quick if they're going to get it.
Yeah, so it's a handoff there down the middle, met immediately by defensive lineman, brought down, and as the clock ticks down in this one, Tippy Valley will come out of this one on top, 42-7, as they come into John Glenn and take down the John Glenn Falcons.
Yeah, Dusty. I mean, this was a game, we mentioned that we thought it'd be maybe close, high scoring game, but that was not the case. I think Tippy Valley came in here with the mindset they are going to take over and they're going to, dominate. And that's what they've done from the start to finish here. And you got to give credit to them and the coaching staff for the game plan they put together. And for John Glenn, you take this punch in the gut, and now you got to move forward. 2-6 now on the year for them, so they got to figure some things out.
Yeah, so Tippy Valley going to 6-2 on the season, as Jaydon said there. John Glenn falling to 2-6, as it's Tippy Valley in a rout in John Glenn. As Jaydon, I mean, for this Vikings offense, it looked unstoppable. And what about their defense? 4 or 5 takeaways in this one. It was just kind of a phenomenal performance for this Tippy Valley Vikings team.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I say they worked in all 3 phases really well. Special teams, offense, defense. Defense especially, getting those 4 or 5 takeaways like you mentioned, and being in the right place at the right time, forcing that pressure and capitalizing off those turnovers, scoring points. They didn't punt until the 4th quarter or so. And senior night, unfortunately, as you see, did not go well for the Falcons. But Tippy Valley leaves with some celebrating to do.
Yeah, senior day just not going the way you'd want to, if you are a Falcons fan. But nonetheless, it's Tippy Valley once again taking down John Glenn 42-7. I've been your play-by-play Dustin Carrasco with my color commentator Jaydon Gay, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Yeah. So I mean, now I can't really tell if the broadcast ended, but
I don't know either.
Honestly, I think it should have.
Yeah.
But dang, bro, a route. Just
that was wow. That was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, all the turnovers, man. I didn't think Archer Rush would be playing like that tonight. I wasn't expecting that from him.
Yeah, I mean, that kickoff return, dude. I was like, honestly, because it's already 42-0. I was kind of hyped for it. I was like, oh shit, it was like it's badass.
Yeah.
And then it was a holding call. I was like, nah. I was like, took out all the hype.
Man, every game we do see that there's a lot of penalties, man. Are we like bad luck for these